So thank you. This is a hard time for both of you, I'm sure.
Mhm.
So can you tell us what it meant for you? I know this is your dad, so what he meant to you personally.
My dad was everything to me. When I was 14, my mom passed away. And I went through high school without her at events. I was always looking out in the crowd for my mom, and she wasn't there, but he was. And he was always hollering loud enough for me not to notice that she wasn't there. And I'm a daddy's girl. I always was growing up, and he was just, we were so similar, and it's like a part of me's just not there anymore, and I really don't know how to function.
So when you first got the call and heard the tragic news, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
My little brother. I was his age when Mom died. And now that we've been through losing a parent, this time we knew what that meant. And he just started high school, and he's about to do everything that I did, but without both of them. And I just wanted to get to him and let him know that, I'm going to be the one hollering loud enough for him not to notice that they're not there. So.
Okay. And then for you, when you got the call, what went through your mind?
Well, I actually didn't get a call. I had the local sheriff and a deputy and a chaplain come to my place of business. And instead of my husband coming in like he did every morning to see me, I had them. And they said, it's about Rad. And it was, my husband's Richard Allen Dykes Jr., but he went by Rad. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? Then they wanted to talk. And they told me that he had been killed.
I'm sorry.
And my world changed. And yet a part of me died. And I'm lost. I'm lost for me as missing my husband, my companion. He just turned 47, June the 2nd. He died on June the 17th. And, we had a lot still left to do, and we have 4 children. But then I was like, how do I go home and tell 2 more little hearts that another parent's died? And it's hard. It's been hard on me. I had a panic attack the first time I went back on the interstate. I'm just trying to figure everything out, and I'm without my husband, and he was a tragedy. He was hit by someone who could just leave the scene, and I am really, really, really begging for help to try to bring justice, because she was talking to me last night, and she said, I just wish I knew who it was so I could forgive that person, so I could move on. Yeah. So it's been awful.
What does it mean for your family, to take this next step? Coming here today to talk about Brad, and, talking about this major, next part of your journey, I guess.
No, it's sad. It's real, real sad. But I have faith, and I know that that the Lord will provide, and that He's going to, let us know, and so we can. And the main thing too, I want to protect. If someone can hit someone, and my husband was a big man, he wasn't little. And if you can hit somebody like that and leave, I'm worried about other construction workers that are out there working on the roads. I'm worried about children that are on the roads, husband and wives, because the worst feeling in the world is having someone snatched from you.
So this is much bigger.
Oh, it's much bigger, and it's caused a lot of trauma to my whole family, my 4 children, me, my mother-in-law, who just buried her husband less than 2 years ago. Now her son lays right next to him. I definitely, in order to be able to move on, we would need to, know who the individual is and bring closure to it, because more so than ever, I would say it's for all of us, but more so it's for these two children that have lost their mother and their father. Yeah.
And then, what is your message to the driver about the whole situation? Like, if they're listening, like, what would you say to them?
You really took someone very dear to us away. Who was 47 and had his whole life, a good life, still left to live. And also robbed his son, that will be 15 tomorrow, of having a dad to teach him. So it's, yeah. And a part of me died, and it'll never be back.
And there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of emotion that comes from this, but how do you want Brad to be remembered from this?
He would say, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's what he would always say. No matter what,
Oh my God, it used to get on my nerves.
it's all going to be okay. And he would want to know that we're gonna carry on. And we're going to put God in the center of it, and he's going to carry us through.
How do you describe the man that he was?
Oh,
My gosh.
he was a wonderful guy. He helped so many people.
He was a friend to everybody.
He would give the shirt off his back, and he helped so many families be able to get homes. He would help them dig wells and things that need to be replaced just to help them, because that's the way he was brought up. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do for each other.
There weren't many people that, lived in Cochran that would say that they didn't know who my dad was. He
Yeah.
was a big personality. And I went to drop my little brother off at a football game last Friday, and all I could think about was my dad. He was the biggest Royals fan, and
Yes.
everybody loved him, and oh my gosh, he was so loud. But I think he was just such a lively person. He had a life that he loved. He loved us. He loved to work. He's been
Yes.
on the road working since he was about 10 probably.
He would ride his bicycle, get up in the morning and ride his bicycle to go work at 10 years old.
I mean, it's what he grew up doing, and that's what he loved,
Yeah.
and everybody knew, he's a hardworking, honest guy who loved his family.
Yep.
All right.
I know I'm speaking with the state troopers today,
Mhm.
do you have anything you want to put out there about, their involvement in this, from your guys' perspective?
Yes, they have really been working hard and diligently. And I really appreciate every one of them, because they're out there working hard every day, and they have to go home and they have to deal with things that they see behind the scenes. So, we definitely, I want Rad to be remembered, and I don't want him to be forgotten, and I don't know, how would anybody else feel if it was their husband or their wife or their children that was just taken away? How do you prepare for something like that? You don't. But they are working on it, and we just ask to please, if you know anything at all, or you think it might be, it could be anonymous, to please come forward and share any information. It would be greatly appreciated.
That's all I have. Is it Lila?
Mhm.
Lila?
Yes.
And Heather,
Nice to meet you.
thank you. It's nice to meet you.
All right, we're gonna bring the law enforcement in. I'll just introduce everybody, so y'all know everybody is, and this state troopers are really the ones that are probably gonna have the most information. I have a little bit of information to share too.
I think they're ready, Tyler, or Heather. Tonight, if I jot down one of your numbers, I'd love to, capture your Brad and your family.
That's
Is that
fine.
okay?
Yeah. All right, it's 478-867-3093.
478-867-3093.
You're good.
How you want to set up?
Valdosta doesn't have a TV station.
Well, we sent it to WALB, we were hoping that they'd come too.
Albany
We were
or
hoping they'd
Tallahassee.
come from all.
I shared it on their site on Facebook.
Yeah.
What?
I shared it on their site.
They send smoke signals down our way.
You watch out with these chairs, you might go backwards.
What I'd like to do is to say real quick, just a real quick thing, and then I'm gonna step out, because this should be, I think, in my opinion, their focus. So how would you like us to set up?
Are you, the only one who's gonna be speaking on behalf of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Law enforcement, yeah.
I understand.
And this is, we've got Sergeant Thomas from Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. We've got Trooper Dylan Pate, he is the lead investigator. We've got Major Lambert from the Dooley County Sheriff's Department, who are all kind enough to come today, but yeah.
Well, I would say you guys are more than welcome to be in the shot as well, even if you're not chatting today, that's okay.
I think that would be, maybe, I think it would be good, you know. We really want attention, is what we're trying to get, and that's why we.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yes, absolutely. So, sorry, do you mind saying your name again for us?
Yep, it's Travis Roberts.
Okay. And can you spell that?
TRAVIS, corporal with Specialized Collision Reconstruction Team, Troop H, Georgia State Patrol.
Okay. So talk about, the work that is being done behind this case. I know there's a lot of grief, a lot of emotion, as we just spoke with you extremely about. Talk about your roles in this and, the next step that we're taking at this point.
Okay. I'm Travis Roberts, the Georgia State Patrol Skirt Team, Troop H, with the Central South Valdosta, South region of Georgia. We're tasked with investigating a crash that was a hit-and-run crash near exit 109 southbound that caused the death of a road worker who was repairing the guardrails on the interstate. The driver who caused this crash continued on southbound and was not on scene whenever we showed up. And we're reaching out to the public in this case to be able to try and find some answers to be able to help us solve this crash. Reaching out specifically to people who are in charge of logistics with commercial motor vehicle traffic. If you're in charge of some sort of system that keeps track of the location of your vehicles, your units, I would ask that you look back and see if at June 17th, prior to 5:54 in the morning, if you were able to see if your vehicles were in the area of this crash. Please reach out to us at this phone number, 229-333-5215. That will be the post in Valdosta, and they'll be able to get in touch with us. Also, if you're a citizen who just travels the roadway and was in the area that morning just before 6 a.m. and you saw somebody working on the road, just the fact that you saw somebody on that morning working on the road be huge in us being able to solve some pieces of this crash. So if you have any information that maybe if somebody spoke to you and you know some gossip or some word of mouth, we're really grasping for anything to be able to get this case solved.
Is there anything that you're working off of at this point? Any nearby cameras in the area, anything like that? Or is it simply, word of mouth at this point and, tips to help you guys in this?
Definitely. We're definitely going into a lot of the social media stuff. We're looking at cell phones and being able to seize the data within those areas. We're looking at Google, being able to do search warrants through Google, and we've seized lots of video in that area to be able to identify the persons involved. And we're sifting through all of that information, which takes a lot of time. It's a lot of data. but any extra pieces of information would be just crucial in able to find this person.
And then, from the reports, I think I saw something about a tractor trailer, is that correct?
It could quite possibly be a tractor trailer. I'd like to not narrow the focus to a tractor trailer. I would like to know that we're looking for somebody in that area. But it quite possibly could be a commercial vehicle, which could include a tractor trailer, or include a box truck, or a flatbed vehicle. A large vehicle of some sort is kind of what we're looking for.
Anything that you guys want to add that we didn't ask about?
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a couple things to add.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My name's Caroline Harrington. I am lawyer. You know me, wait a minute. All right, yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for being here, first of all. We really appreciate it. My name is Caroline Harrington. I am lawyer for the Dykes family. And as you've heard, they are here to really plead for the public's help. They have offered a reward in conjunction with the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers for any tips or information that will lead to an arrest and prosecution for the hit-and-run driver who killed Rad Dykes. As you heard from Corporal Roberts, this wreck happened on I-75 in Dooley County, southbound lane, about 5:50 in the morning on June 17th. Rad was working repairing guardrails in the area, and we do not have any eyewitnesses. And as I've told the Dykes family a couple of times, somebody out there knows something, and that's what we're trying to do here today, is just to get the word out. If you know something, if you saw a truck, if you heard your neighbor talking, if you work at a car wash, anything like that, any tips will help. There was a 911 caller who did not see the wreck. I will say that. I don't want to limit, the evidence that any witnesses think might be important, but there was a 911 caller who reported a tractor trailer, white with blue trailer, driving fast, speeding, swerving in and out of lanes about 30 minutes before the crash further up the interstate. So that is the only information we have. Again, we don't know if this is the truck that actually struck Mr. Dykes and killed him, but it is some information. So an older model tractor trailer. So I just wanted to add that information, make sure we highlight the reward. I don't know if Sergeant Thomas from the Macon Crime Stoppers has any comments about the reward, but there is a $12,000 reward.
The Macon Regional Crime Stoppers serves as a confidential source between public and law enforcement as a unified effort to way to help. If you know, if you've heard, make the call, 478-742-2330, or toll-free 877-68-CRIME. Everything is anonymous in our program. No caller ID, no qualifying questions related to your identity. We take the information, verify the information, and share the information with law enforcement. Thank you.
And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, would that be okay? Because we're going to put some things on our social
Yeah,
media.
that'd
To try to, yeah, that'd be great. We just want to get some things so we can get as many people putting it out there as we can.
I'll spread some blue out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Good to meet you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all have any other questions before we get out of here?
Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully.
Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate it.
Still running outside?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm a hugger.
You just let you two, I
Our
appreciate
mom will
it.
hug us.